Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 3 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports.
Underway here in Las Vegas. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Raiders for their opening drive, and at the helm in his first year in silver and black, sixth season overall, Gardner Minshew.
And he's someone who brings a ton of personality with him, but don't let that fool you. He's more than capable of playing winning football at this level and has actually done so. I don't know if he's their long-term answer under center, but as long as he trots out there, they'll have a puncher's chance and maybe a bit more to compete with any team they line up against.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Another carry now for Madison. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Mayer there to bring it in.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here now, second and 9 from the 39-yard line. Minshew sets to throw. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. A gain of 3, second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Off play action, it's Minshew. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Here's Madison running on first down. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 41 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's first and goal. They'll go Madison up the middle. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Jacoby Myers from 3 yards out. And the Raiders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10, right at the 30. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They go play action here. Purdy. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and 5. Jennings, a receiver in motion right. Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second down and a yard. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Two yards to go, second down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown.
Oh, he sheds himself free, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. That's to Bowers once again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. Here's Minshew. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Minshew. Shakes off the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some... Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game. And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game. Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field. You see the numbers, all those carries. If you get that many carries in the drive, you better finish it with a touchdown, and he did.
Yeah, and deservedly so, right? Because we've seen times like the Carolina Panthers, sometimes Jonathan Stewart to carry the ball all the way down, and then Cam, he's such a great goal line runner, he'll carry it in. But in this case, though, that didn't happen. The fellow lugging the load, he's the one who got to reap the reward.
Yeah, there was no touchdown vulture here. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Purdy going to give it to Garindo. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. Well, let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. McCaffrey running up the middle, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will knot us up at 10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Throwing on first down is Minshew. He'll hit his running back, Amir Abdullah. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's a give to Madison running right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Going to run with Madison again. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On 2nd down, Minshew. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Niners are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Nate Hobbs there to bring him down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Purdy will look to throw again here. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now Purdy. Samuel bringing in the slant. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Right back to Juszczyk again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Purdy off the play fake. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. This offense returns to the fold along with running back Alexander Madison. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Minshew's throw taken in by Adams. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a dump off here complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And Minshew going to get him to the line quickly. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. He'll look to throw. This goes out wide for Madison. Two yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 4. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Carlson is good. And that's going to tie us at 13. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half. Purdy winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Moody good with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync. And the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. 7 yards there and a first down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On second down, here's Mason. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Purdy looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Mitchell now off the option. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here's 2nd and 7. Another run with Mitchell. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Throwing on second down now, Minshew. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Minshew, 1st and 10. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on second down. Minshew. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
2nd and 6.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Play action. Now Purdy.
That is caught. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Reaching up for it, and he's got it. George Kittle high in the air to bring it in as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Myers. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Minshew sets to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 23. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at the 34. Drive starts with a give to Mitchell. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's the backup, Tannehill. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On 2nd down, a run with Garindo.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Another try for Garindo.
Give him 3 on the game there. 2nd and goal.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll try the middle with Garindo.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown from 4 yards out.
And the Niners have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing on first down, O'Connell. That's caught by Tucker.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. From the shotgun, O'Connell. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Sticking to the air with O'Connell here.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now O'Connell.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tucker. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Here's O'Connell. Throw caught by Mayer. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's tough to play zone defense where they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll...
Touchdown! Jalen Guyton, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit.
Well, it's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Off play action, Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Play action. It's Tannehill. Flush to his right.
That's complete to Pearsall.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down and 8.
Here's Tannehill.
That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here's Garendo.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Now Tannehill. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
O'Connell working from the gun.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tucker. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Or football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Once again, O'Connell back to throw.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's caught by Tucker.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review, and this being inside 2 minutes of play. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Out of the shotgun, here's O'Connell. Open man is Tucker.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Here's O'Connell looking to throw it.
He's going to air one out.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Isaac Yedem picks it, and the 49ers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.